So this is Thursday. I'm going to try to get this video uploaded and to you by this evening, which doesn't make sense if you're watching this, just because I know that I'm going to be in lesson again this afternoon, so we might not get to see each other. So I wanted to do just a little bit of an overview of what we've been working on so far. Dahlia is there. She's running around setting everything because I usually start working with her when we come in here, so she hasn't really had a chance to kind of go and observe. So she's going to wander around for a minute. The first week is never really all that exciting. My main focus right now is teaching her how to follow a lure. So a lure is just my hand full of treats. Wherever I want her head to be is where I will put my hand. So I use it to kind of steer her around and manipulate her into positions. And then once she's doing that, then I am really spending a big deal of time establishing a response to various markers. So a marker is a cue or a sound that marks a specific moment in time that I like something, and for her it announces the arrival of food. So she's climbing on a chair. Dahlia! Hey! Girl! So for her, I had to teach her, I had to kind of condition that response to the markers, because prior to this she doesn't really know what they mean. They don't mean anything to her. So every time I give one of these markers, it immediately is followed with some sort of reinforcement or reward. So the couple ones that I've been using, the main one is our clicker. Girl. So just a mechanical clicker. When I click, I will let her come get food for me. Hi. I use this one a lot to shape new behavior, so I use it mostly in the beginning of training, and then I use it a little bit for leash reactivity and fixing like confidence issues and things like that. So as I'm luring her into new positions, as soon as she goes into the behavior that I want, I will click to mark that moment in time and then present her with food. The two verbal markers that I'm going to be using, are good and okay. Right now they kind of mean the same thing to her, just because I'm not really expecting her to be in any type of behavior for any extended period of time. But the difference between the two is good is going to be our duration marker, meaning when I use the word good, I'm expecting her to remain in behavior. And when I use the word okay, that is our terminal marker. That means that she can come out of behavior. So for right now, good means I'm bringing food to you. So if I lure her into a position, I'll say good, treat, good, treat until I'm ready to say okay, and then she can come out of behavior. And that is the difference with okay, is she can come to me to get her reinforcement. So good, I'm bringing food to her. Okay, she can come to me. And I'm not expecting her to be in behavior for extended periods. We're going to build that up over time. And then I'm going to start introducing the word no to her, which is really, I'm going to use that, I will say the word no and then apply leash pressure. And that's going to be something that I use to stop her from coming out of behavior or to help her go into behavior and things like that. She's not quite there just yet, so I haven't been using it too much. I know she knows a few commands already, but I have not been using any verbal commands so far. I really want to make sure that she knows what I'm looking for through luring and through the markers before I start placing verbal commands onto those behaviors, just to avoid disassociation. I want to make sure she knows that exact picture that I'm looking for. And the reason that I use all of these markers is just to help create clarity, since I know she has a little bit of a confidence issue, going into new places, being on her own. I really want to make sure that she knows the exact language that I'm asking for and what those words mean, so I can use those for training and to teach her new behaviors. Some things that we're going to be working on, a big one is going to be the place command, and I'm going to use that one for creating better impulse control, putting calm on command, and the big one is going to be to create spatial independence, since I know that she's kind of, she's kind of like whiny and protesty when she's left in her kennel and things like that. So I want her to be able to relax and settle down on her own, regardless of what you guys are doing around her. So really going to work on her place command. She's kind of jumping up, and just kind of rude in the puppy sense, just wanting attention all the time. So I'm going to work on creating, advocating for space from handler to her, things like that. And definitely some leash manners. She chokes herself out, so I want, in the upcoming weeks, I'm gonna really teach her the proper way to respond to leash pressure, and how to turn off that pressure by moving into the leash and things like that. Oh, did you find your ball? So fun. She's got a long way to go. Right now, we're doing everything in the training room. That's just because I want to have her full attention. There's no competing motivators. Right now, I need to be the most motivating thing for her. So by having no other distractions, that makes training a lot easier. As we progress, we'll start going into different places around the neighborhood, field trips like Bandy Field or Home Depot, places like that where there's people and other dogs usually and things like that to kind of prove those behaviors. Right now, establishing marker system, I'm going to start layering in commands to those behaviors. At home, I really